Hello and welcome to our Saturdays with Tara Hangout on Air. I'm Mary Beth at the Law of Attraction Club, and we're on the web at the loaclub.com. On these Hangouts, we collaborate with our friends Tara. This Hangout is the summary of our theme for the week and continues on our member conference line with live questions and answers. Today's topic is your law of attraction vibrational set point is the sum of your expectations. You can get invites to our open calls, which we offer now and then, and our powerful free letting go process by going to the loaclub.com. So Robin will be bringing through Tara for us this morning, as usual, on Saturdays. And so we're going to welcome Robin and Tara.
Welcome. Let's talk a little today about creating a new version of so-called reality. The process is actually very simple. To make a change in your life, you make a new belief choice and then you line up with it. That's it. But even simple processes are not easy to follow if you have contrary patterns of belief that are strongly embedded deep within you, because those patterns sabotage your best efforts to manifest what you want. So today we're going to look with you at your embedded beliefs. We'll visit that deep-seated tapestry of expectations of yours and have you acknowledge what's in it that you want and what's in it that you don't want. And then we'll look at changing it. What follows here is what the view looks like from our particular vantage point. Now, we understand that in your world there may be many so-called law of attraction gurus who do not really understand these concepts. In part, that comes from thinking of it as a law, as something sort of arbitrary that you can use or not use, when actually it's the universal and foundational principle that shapes every single thing in every single realm of existence. It shapes the consciousness that's you and everything non-physical you could ever experience. It shapes everything that you would call physical, and that includes you and this world, and every so-called physical realm there ever is or was or will be. We're calling it so-called physical because now we're going to challenge you to step a little outside the idea that there's a solid, continuous, shared world out there, because it's actually all an inside job. Here's what we know. At your core, you are, we all are, timeless extensions of the collective consciousness of all that is. What we all choose to desire and believe in creates our individual tapestries of expectation. Your tapestry defines a version of you, and each version comes with its own matching context. In your case, that's the world around you. When you choose new beliefs and expectations, you change and your context changes. Now, we recognize that this is not at all what you've been practicing for almost every minute of your life. Just think about today. From the moment you woke up this morning, you've been negotiating your way around that physical world of yours. You've been making decisions and doing stuff. Now ask yourself, how often did you do a thought interrupt and acknowledge to yourself that this world of yours is really a virtual reality you're creating on the fly? For most of you, not often, if at all. Can you see the degree to which your thoughts are continually reinforcing the idea that this physical world is real? That's what you're unconsciously practicing. And can you therefore begin to understand why it takes commitment and focus to change that concept of reality? If you've been with us for a while, you already know how the law of attraction works. Last week we recalled two potential versions of a plane trip you're about to make. One is where you mess it up with bad vibration and end up missing your plane and having to return home. And in the other, you realize you're feeling bad and you take the time and focus to get to a good feeling place. You have a delightful journey, and at the end of the day, you're maybe 1,000 miles away enjoying a good meal in your hotel. Can you see that your world has changed? This is a different version of physical reality. We really want you to get the enormity of that. What we're encouraging you to understand here is that your world exists in different versions. Maybe those versions are not hugely different, or maybe they are. But the point is, they're different. Can you see, therefore, that this concept of physicalness cannot possibly be as real and constant and inevitable as you are making it out to be? It's just that day after day, month after month, and year after year, when you practice the thought that it's real, you're always overriding the truth of who you are and the truth of how all this stuff appears around you. So here's the bottom line. That world that's out there that you seem to share with everybody else is actually your own personal virtual reality. It's a reflection of who you are, and you're creating it on the fly, moment by moment. When you woke up into it this morning, the bed, the floor, the walls, time and gravity were all there instantly, without focus or attention. And that's because, and only because, you knew at all levels of your being that they would be. You were aligned around that expectation at a conscious level and at all subconscious levels. That world matches your law of attraction vibrational set point. To change your world, to change your life, you have to establish new patterns of thought. In this one's world, there are many gurus and many spiritual leaders who propose many ways of having you rethink your life and therefore create more of what you want. Or if they believe there's an omnipotent God involved, more of what God wants. Can you see once again, it doesn't matter what process you adopt. Logically, any change you make changes the physical world you live in. In version 1, you live in status quo mode, and the world goes on, and everything and everyone in that world matches your status quo. In version 2, you change your thinking, which changes your behavior, which changes the world in some way, big or small. And everything and everyone in the new version match your new expectations. What is almost universally misunderstood is that although you only perceive one version, all these versions exist as simultaneous possibilities. All these various versions continue to exist with various matching realities that surround you. If you want to consciously choose a different version, it's necessary to restore some balance to what you're thinking, and then choose the particular new version that appeals to you. From our friend Bentinho Massaro. Often people take their cue from their circumstances. Circumstances are a reflection of state of being, not the other way around. Law of attraction means what you focus on in life comes to you. You create your own reality by envisioning what you want, matching the vibration of that, and then letting the universe bring it to you. So now we're getting to perhaps the least understood part of it all. That simple matching the vibration, as Bentinho describes it, or getting into alignment with it, as we describe it. So try this. And as you do, notice your conscious thought process when we say these words. What is in your awareness right now? How do you react to that word awareness? What does awareness mean? What is awareness? Let yourself become aware right now of what you are physically feeling right now. Your feet on the floor, your butt on the seat, the clothing on your body, the air flowing in your nostrils as you breathe. And notice that none of these things were in your awareness until we called them to your attention. So there's a whole world going on you're engaged in, but unaware of. It's an unconscious engagement. Now let's go up a level to the observer level. Be aware of yourself being aware of what you're thinking, of the thoughts that are coming into your head as we speak, and the decisions you're making about them. Are you beginning to see that there are many other levels and sub-levels of conscious awareness? Your expectation tapestry exists throughout these levels. Every part of it was created from an original conscious choice at some point. But on any given day, almost none of it resurfaces into consciousness. Think back to waking up this morning and the moment you stepped consciously onto this seemingly solid planet. You knew how it would be. It wasn't a conscious knowing, but if you'd thought of it consciously, there would have been no misalignment. The bed and the floor and time and gravity are just a minuscule part of a whole raft of certainties you've created around yourself today. And along with the certainties, there are your probabilities and your possibilities and your improbabilities and your impossibilities. Are you beginning to get a sense of the way your world takes shape? You set the boundaries within which all of your experiences play out. Now let's revisit our simple statement. To make a change in your life, make a new belief choice, and then line up with it. Creating new things in your world is not just a matter of conscious focus. It's a matter of achieving alignment at all levels. And here's the good news. It was making those old belief choices of yours and then practicing them into fixtures that created that tapestry in the first place. Making changes is the same process. It's a matter of making a new choice. What do I want now? And then practicing that choice into all levels of your consciousness. Hope is the doorway to belief. Belief is the doorway to knowing. Knowing is the doorway to certainty and to manifestation. From our friend Bashar. Select what you prefer without judging, invalidating what you do not prefer. You become whatever you focus your attention on. To assign any meaning to anything, either a positive meaning or a negative meaning, is to invite that into your life. Being neutral about something, assigning to it no meaning, is the way to not attract that reality in your life. That's terrible. Means you are attracting that reality. That's wonderful. Means you are attracting that reality. I feel neutral about that. Means you are not attracting that reality. Preference is exercising your ability to discern what is really you, what excites you, and then making choices aligned with the real you. To prefer one thing does not necessitate invalidating those other things you do not prefer. So what's in that tapestry of yours right now? The simple answer is look around you. For a more comprehensive answer, you can wander around those levels a bit. It's just a matter of getting quiet and going inside. You will know. If we had asked you what you would wake up into, you would have thought about it and you would have been able to tell us. And in similar fashion, you can know everything that's there. It may not be detailed, but if you pick a topic, you can get a sense by how you feel what you've already decided about that topic. And when you make a new belief choice, ask yourself what you really, truly expect. If it's not the answer you want, it's simply time to focus on something new and establish some new thought habits. From Abraham, the law of attraction is responding to your thought, not to your current reality. When you change the thought, your reality must follow suit. If things are going well for you, then focusing upon what is happening now will cause the well-being to continue. But if there are things happening now that are not pleasing, you must find a way of taking your attention away from those unwanted things. As you imagine and visualize and verbalize your new story, in time you will believe the new story. And when that happens, the evidence will flow swiftly into your experience. A belief is only a thought you continue to think. And when your beliefs match your desires, then your desires must become your reality. We say, Amen. When your beliefs at all levels are aligned with your desires, then your desires must become your reality. Changing a belief at all levels takes a new, ongoing awareness of your true nature. Creating that new sort of awareness takes commitment and focus. Will you commit on a daily basis to thinking different things, to taking positive steps to restore some reality balance in your life? We've suggested many processes you can use. We've suggested repeatedly you develop an ongoing, ever-present answer to the questions, how do I feel and what do I want now? We've talked recently here about no-thought meditation. And if that particular style of meditation is not helping, then at least commit to getting some daily quiet time and watch what happens. Just remember two things here. Firstly, there is no one-size-fits-all. There's not even one strategy that always works the best. It will vary as you encounter different circumstances. This one used to be black and white about never getting into action until feeling inspired. And then one day he found that simply starting something helped. He did it, of course, with the intention of getting into the flow. And so, of course, that's what happened. But there are no fundamental rules about what you must do. And that's because, and here we come to our second point, it's you that's creating all of this, all of it. You're not only choosing which version of reality you're intent on moving toward, but also the path by which you get there. There's no particular process, there's no magic pill, and there's no particular mantra that has any inherent power to do anything unless you choose to believe it does. And then, of course, it will have that power. There's nothing fixed about the way you must think. Everything's fluid and flowing, and up to you. And that includes how the physical you is put together. So be confident of your ability to make a change and of finding the path that works for you right now. And right now. Be generous with yourself. Give yourself permission to goof off a bit, or a lot. Always be loving and kind to yourself. Notice how you feel. Do not ask, where's my stuff? Ask rather, what do I want now? And live in a state of eager anticipation. So, in summary, to reset your law of attraction vibration, the secret is to know who you are and to be ongoingly aware of the power you have to create whatever you want. First, you make a new choice. Then you practice that choice into your tapestry and thereby step into a new version of you. That new version attracts a new matching context, which means you step into a new version of everything and intersect with new versions of everybody. There is nothing you cannot be, do, or have. And this is the process whereby you experience all of that. So, commit to stepping into the game you came here to play. Commit to doing things, thinking things differently. If that feeling of, I can't do this comes up, know that you can. If that feeling of, I'm hopeless at this comes up, stop beating up on yourself. If some thought seems powerful and it's dragging you down, go do something distracting and fun. Then pick a time when you're feeling good and slay that dragon once and for all by letting it go. Pre-intend your day. Pre-intend your hour. Pre-intend your life. And now let's move into our longer discussion. We'll talk some more about commitment and focus, and we'll answer any questions you have.
This Hangout on Air was the summary of our theme for the week. We do 3 live calls a week with Q&A for our members on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. You can become a member by going to the loaclub.com/join. And folks, you can come with any question, any comment, anything you want to discuss with Tara and have some wonderful interaction. So come join us. We'd love to have you with us. So our longer discussion continues now with Q&A on our member conference line. So